Hi everyone in the council, and hello all to the public here. Thank you for coming. The People of Glastonbury. The People of Glastonbury, otherwise known as POG, is a voluntary, non-profit, community-led organisation committed to representing the views and interests of our townspeople, fostering constructive dialogue and facilitating positive change. This is a solutions-based group, and it is by the people and for the people. Having attempted to communicate with Glastonbury Town Council on multiple occasions and having been continually ignored, a group of 9 or 10 individuals, already connected through various Glastonbury community groups, got together to seek alternative ways of expressing ourselves. We are inspired by the National Residents Association, to whom we are affiliated. POG is for all of the people who live in and around Glastonbury, as well as many individuals who feel strongly connected with the town and who visit on a regular basis. We aim to address the current life situation with innovative ideas for a healthy, happy and abundant lifestyle and mutual community support. POG provides an infrastructure which can be used as a useful platform for information sharing and communications. We hope in this way to provide the missing link that could empower many circles and diverse individuals of the town to live with our differences, find out where our opinions coincide and to speak with one powerful voice. We are action-orientated and we share tasks and responsibilities amongst ourselves to help achieve our goals. The objective of the POG group is to engage in meaningful and respectful dialogue, to find solutions and to facilitate more informed, harmonious and a united community. We therefore require all members to behave in a reasonable manner towards one another, including towards people representing Glastonbury Town Council. With the objective of constructive dialogue, the POG group requires the respect of those representing also Glastonbury Town Council. And we utterly reject unfounded accusations, including antisocial behaviour, attacking councillors, and needing to be managed by Glastonbury Town Council or any governmental body. WHS was the topic of our launch event on Sunday. Hands up all those in favour here of WHS. Despite actively encouraging respect and calmness at our meeting, the discussion was at times heated. We empathise with the councillors who have a difficult job fronting the community. However, this situation is exacerbated over a period of time which goes back a number of years. Straightforward questions are repeatedly ignored or pushed to the background. I stand here today on behalf of all those concerned people who posed questions about WHS a year ago, and for the 3rd month of asking, including emails and written requests, no response from Glastonbury Town Council. A gradual erosion of recognition of the people of the town is in evidence. The people's speeches at Glastonbury Town Council meetings were minuted when Denny was the mayor. And the people's speeches at Glastonbury Town Councils were minuted. Till last year, when 3-minute speeches ceased to be included on the YouTube videos. And up to the present time, when not even any comments under the YouTube videos are permitted. The label of antisocial behaviour nominated by the working group report is not accepted by the group of concerned and inquiring people. Is it any surprise that discussion is heated? With these facts in mind, we ask, where does the inappropriate behaviour lie? We do encourage you to keep up to date by our website, peopleofglastonbury.org, where new and relevant information is continually being added. We encourage you to do your own research. Moving forward, we intend to do many more information and sharing sessions covering various topics, as well as further meetings focused on WHS. So keep updated with our website. Information about our activities can be found on our website, peopleofglastonbury.org. If you choose to get involved, then you are the people of Glastonbury. And remember our motto, Glastonbury voices, Glastonbury choices.
I'd like to highlight this evening the lack of transparency by the Council in relation to World Heritage bid. This bid is to make the whole of Glastonbury Town and some outlying attractions a World Heritage site. The working group report is biased and doesn't incorporate the many negative implications of World Heritage in general and for Glastonbury specifically. The community has been disrespected in the process and their research excluded from the report. So I have collated their research and sent it to all councillors for your review. And thank you for your feedback so far. Please also watch the new video from Sandy Adams on the UN Digital Tourism Strategy. Public consultations have been a joke. There have been clashing with popular events such as the Phosphor and Dragon Parade, been poorly advertised, poorly attended, and no public feedback published. Information has been withheld from the public. And has only been attained by numerous freedom of information requests. Minutes of the Council's advisory group on World Heritage are either hidden or non-existent. This is an example of a freedom of information. The reason for removal we asked for the reason for the removal of the minutes of the World Heritage Advisory Committee from November 22 to March 24. And the Town Clerk replied, "Thank you for bringing this to my attention. The page on the website had been marked draft incorrectly, so it was not displaying, and I have rectified this." So, and the Advisory Committee of the Council has continued to meet quarterly with the consultants from March 24 to December 25, but these meetings have not been minuted. The excuse given that nothing of import is being discussed and people need to speak freely. Right. Here is an extract from the 15th of February 2024 minutes, point 56, which ends with, "It was confirmed that DCMS and Historic England have been advised that Glastonbury wishes to be added to the tentative list. Proposed sites need to be on the tentative list before they can be nominated as a World Heritage Site." I think that's quite important, personally, particularly given that councillors have repeatedly claimed that since then that the consultants are just doing a scoping exercise and that if local people don't want WHS, they won't go ahead. I would like to ask the Council for the date of the next Advisory Committee meeting and that a representative from the public attends all future meetings and that they are minuted. This is a reply from the Town Clerk on 27th December in response to a freedom of information request. What people or stakeholder feedback on the consultation process is planned regarding the Phase 1 report? So please give us the format of this consultation process, the timetable, and whether any future contracts, including Phase 2, will be contingent on the outcomes of this consultation or feedback. And the reply from the Council was, "The Council holds no data." Sounds like a bit like computer says no, doesn't it? There needs to be a public referendum now, before any further costs are incurred in Phase 2.
Yay!
These are likely to be very expensive, such as holding an academic conference, establishing a full project team for nomination and development. Thank you. And we don't need to wait for an impact assessment. We can decide now. This was amply explored by Katrina in her speech on Sunday, that there will be a massive increase in tourism. And also there's a budget for this. The council budget has £20,000, which is called Place and Identity Enhancement. There's £20,000 in that, and that actually relates to the World Heritage. Why have you changed the title of that accounting code? That is deception. Thank you.
That it was a Marian shrine, that there were apparitions of the Virgin Mary here. And you do sort of wonder if they'd do the same if they were doing Lourdes or Fatima. But there are some things which are interesting in this report. For example, there are two main players. The Abbey, and it says, point 26, a response is still awaited from the Abbey Trust as to the commitment document that has been presented to them, and which reflects the aspirations of UTC World Heritage Status Advisory Committee. So the Abbey haven't answered. The other player, the National Trust, were also presented with the commitment document, and feedback is still awaited. Yeah. The Trust, it says they wish to be fully consulted, I think probably fully, if there is to be a further phase, but it then goes on to say it has no additional resource available to engage with the process. So they're not exactly gagging for it, are they? No. And then we come to the working group. Now, I was on that working group for a little part of it, and some of what they say in this report is actually of interest, but there are a couple of things. which I really would like to take exception with. The first has already been mentioned, the antisocial behaviour. Yeah, there's antisocial behaviour in Glastonbury. But it's not the people who are attending these meetings.
Woo! Yay!
You come to a meeting to put your position, and you are referred to as a mob.
Yeah.
Or you're referred to as, hysterical people with antisocial behaviour. And that is not the antisocial behaviour that I've been talking about all this time. I haven't seen any of you lot rampaging up and down the street. But, maybe I missed it, maybe I blinked. The other thing is community experience. The working group has found generally positive views of World Heritage status. I do not know who they ask. I live in the high street. I walk up and down that high street 3 times a day with my dog. And I have never had anybody say they want World Heritage status. I have had plenty of people, when I was out on the knocker in the recent by-election, saying they didn't want it, and that's in the outlying estates where, one wouldn't necessarily expect the same views. They were Conservative and Reform voters, and they all said no to World Heritage.
Yay! Yeah. Great.
The funny thing was, though, the Green candidate, who was actually one of the movers of this idea to start with, never put it in his leaflets. I wonder why. Could it be possibly that they know how unpopular this is? They know that they are pushing through something against the will of the people.
Yay! Woo! Yay!
It was asked earlier, there is nobody in this room in favour of it. Nobody. Well, apart from a couple of people over there. That really, would you not think that if there were people dying to have World Heritage status, they'd be queuing up out there?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
People don't want it. Listen to it again, it's time.
Yeah.
I truly believe this destination, it's not worth the journey. Those of you that are against this, make sure you stand in the elections next year. We can change this council to one that listens. Thank you.